Then we can just go
Welcome to
inside.
another episode of Breaking Wind, episode 21, if I'm not wrong.
Hosted by
21 now, we
Jason.
are legal.
Exactly. We can vote.
We can
Yeah,
vote.
we can vote to legalize prostitution and gambling across the city of Singapore.
No, make it more open, you mean?
No, like,
No,
legalize-
Where is that poll? Where is that poll?
by the Lobang Boys, we'll hold a poll in the next few days.
What, we have our own government?
We can propose it to Workers' Party here in the heartlands of the enemy state.
Yeah, you are speaking from the headquarters.
Yeah, this one is soon you're going to see
Hey.
drug addicts around.
Actually, it's quite interesting. Like, speaking of the opposition, they are actually like discussing loads of things, like bringing up loads of questions in the parliament,
Right.
which only Mothership seems to be heavily covering.
Yeah, I don't see.
And by covering, it's just they're reporting that this happened there. There's nothing much, no analysis of the thing or whatever. But at least they are showing, like, hey, the opposition, these MPs are actually questioning or having arguments or trying to debate some things.
Right.
Chinese Asia, Straits Times,
Think.
zero. You're hearing crickets.
I've been seeing quite a bit of Mothership when they're saying like, oh, like Stephenson said this, and then Workers' Party said that. Yeah, but nothing on Straits Time and
Yeah, nothing. So,
I think this is selective
reporting,
journalism, journalism. Yeah.
I'm going to make it a
Cronyism.
habit
This one is not even.
that every time you guys talk about Workers' Party and PAP, I'm going to remove myself from the screen so they can't
Why?
implicate me in this. I wasn't here. While they were talking about it, I was powtowing out. Hey, they're doing it now. Set up the recording.
But when we bring up OnlyFans and then you pop right back up.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
OnlyFans. I believe more people should go onto it. It's a very viable source of income.
Yeah. Hey, do you know that when you sign up for OnlyFans, right, there's actually under the settings you can become a creator as well immediately.
Yeah.
You can just start posting like content.
You think I have what it takes?
Yeah. No.
The 30-year-old man.
No, I think we have what it takes.
The 30-plus-year-old man that breaks out like a 16-year-old every once in a while.
Yeah. Then we can try different like lotion on your face. You know.
Hey, we can pop your pimples and we can put it on ASMR.
Let's not do any popping those guys. Those ones are quite disgusting.
Yeah. Or I can pop my cherry on your face lah. Then you can use it as a face cream.
Hey, you know the repercussions of that working?
Pop your cherry.
That's how Deben and I
On
have
his face.
such good skin because we share.
You share.
Yeah.
She's
Sometimes we
doing it now.
spit as well. You know, we spit on it and then we.
Yeah.
If it actually works, right, this world will change. Society will change as a whole. People will be coming.
We have covered this before. The lady from the UK, she drinks it to have good skin. She makes it into a smoothie.
Yeah, semen-filled smoothie.
Tracy Kiss or some shit like that.
Yeah, and she has a YouTube page.
What a kind of good name, Kiss.
Tracy Kiss.
And she said that. Do you still remember that she in the video she said that during the lockdown, boyfriend would like
deliver
to the place and deliver like.
And then she freezes it.
Yeah. And then she gave us the recipe for the shake.
Yeah, it's
for the very healthy shake.
Fucking so weird.
Yeah, but speaking of OnlyFans, right? So this is a news straight out of the United States, where a mother, a hard-working mother, right, was found on OnlyFans.
A mother of three as well. She had three kids.
Mother of three.
Three kids.
Yeah.
So
3 kids.
So her content was found on OnlyFans. And I think people started sharing it within the city or the town. And mothers of the children who go to the same school as her children got worked up, and they petition or they forced the school to kick the kids out.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think they bring it up. So I think the other mothers brought it up against to the school, and the school was forced to ask her to please remove your kids from our vicinity, from studying here.
And you know, this is incredible. This is one fine example of how evil women can be.
Exactly.
I wasn't expecting you to go in that direction.
Hell has no fury like a woman scorn.
Yeah. And they don't give a fuck. They will take out other women. They will take out children.
Yeah.
Innocent children.
Innocent children if there is a need.
Yeah. How is she going to give the kids pocket money for lunch?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless you're saying that the kids were the ones spreading it in school to get better grades lah, then you never
Ooh.
know lah. Like
Ooh.
you never know. It's like, sure,
That's a
sure,
but
sure.
let's
Give me A. Give me an A. It's like, why? You no need to subscribe.
Yeah, I can see
I
one
think
month.
I left out something very important.
Oh,
It's a Catholic school.
no. Wait. Hold on. Before you say anything, like, okay, it's a Catholic school, but that doesn't make them any special.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
It doesn't make them any special. They could
No,
be.
no. It makes the story special, not the
Oh, the
school.
story is special.
Because the mothers would actually have to be more afraid of the kids getting raped in school by
By the pastors.
the priests.
That's why the priest. We don't use the word pastor.
The priests, the nuns.
Pastor.
So then what a lady who's an amateur porn star, like how is she dangerous compared to the people, the men and women of the cloth?
Oh, you see, there's something that went through this article. The Karen, the Karens that got the kids expelled, right?
Yeah.
Now the kids could have nothing to do with this. It's the mother's choice, and the mother's making very good money.
Yeah.
So my
really good money.
My clear advice to her is you can afford to send them to a better place. Just because it's a Catholic school and you think it will instill values to your kids, just because it's Catholic, now it's a little bit misguided already now. It's no longer that way.
But now
your religion
it's really high
doesn't
profile,
make you any better than the next person. So send them to a better school, one that can educate them instead of like judging them on what you do lah.
Yeah, so but now she's high profile.
When you say she makes a lot of money, right? She's been on OnlyFans for about a year, and her name is Mrs. Poindexter. So if anyone wants to support her, look her up online.
Yeah, support the kids.
I was already googling it.
And she makes up to 150,000 a month, selling access to photos and videos on her OnlyFans account.
Let's make her earn a little bit more so she can actually send her kids to better places lah.
Yeah, 150,000, dude. Damn.
150.
I think she would have to homeschool the kids from now onwards.
Yeah. Or teach the kids how to do Photoshop, how to operate a camera, how to set up lighting so that she can have better
video editing.
Yeah, video editing as well. It can be a family business.
Exactly.
Yeah. Keep it all within the family.
Keep it.
The kids, I'm pretty sure they'll have really good sex education.
Ask it.
Hey kids, do you know how you guys were born? Let me show you.
Do you know where you came out from?
This is how you educate. Her sex education will be the top.
Yeah, and then you look at your youngest kid. Hey, remember to press the record button, huh? You only can do this once. Daddy need to rest after he's done.
You press the button and then you go out.
No, sometimes you need to pan the camera as well. You need to operate the camera, so you have to stay in the room. But just close your eyes, when during the juicy.
Or read a book.
Yeah. The mom is I don't know. It's the other Karens, I guess.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this lady lah.
No.
She's
her subscription isn't free. I don't think it's free.
No.
The people signing up for it, the fact that they can see it, they're the ones that committed the crime. They're the ones that should be blamed. These Karens for viewing explicit stuff. They'll be like, how do you do it? And then they'll make up all excuses. Oh, I happened to stumble on it. Or my son brought back a video and I saw it. Bless his Catholic heart. It was, he was
These
just
Karens were scissoring each other to the videos of this lady.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But they're probably jealous that she has bigger tits than them lah.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's be honest.
Maybe nicer ones. Or maybe the root of it all is once again men lah. It's men.
Why?
Because
maybe
their husbands
the
are the ones that
found out that their husbands subscribe to her, and then they're like, "How dare you?"
One of them,
her.
and then he was like, "Oh, it wasn't me. I caught your boy looking at it, and I was like investigating. I wanted to know who is this person, and then it just so happened to be one of the mothers at our school. We can't let this happen. This is such, bless my pure eyes. I've been tainted. I am tempted I mean, it brings us all back to the pastor that we saw in Singapore. The moment like Ravi, what's his name, Ravi Zacharias' crimes came to light, and the pastor wrote an essay.
Yes.
An essay and
We,
posted it on
we can't say
social
her
media.
name because it's in public. It's Pastor
Is it Joanne
Chow.
Yeah.
Chow, yeah, that's right.
Pasir Panjang Hill, is it? Church.
Hang on, Pasir Panjang Hill Brethren Church.
Brethren Church.
I think it's a Methodist, if I'm not wrong. I think it might be a Methodist church.
Yo, yeah. So she wrote an essay and posted it on, I don't know where, I think she's the one that posted it on social media.
On Instagram, if I'm not wrong.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Insta stories, right?
Yeah.
Insta stories
immediately
or
it blew up, you know. It blew up, but not in a way like Mothership had to broadcast it or anything. Before that happened, right? Almost all the girls on their stories all posted this. Almost all of them.
The post is titled, "In the fight against sexual temptation, defense is not enough." So it was published to the Christian site Thirst Instagram page. THIRS.
Why is it called Thirst? Why is the Christian site called Thirst?
Thirst for Christ lah.
Thirst for Christ.
Or for other juices lah, other bodily juices, bodily fluids.
See, I'm fine with whatever you're saying, Josie, because it's coming from you.
No,
and you're part of the faith, so you can say anything you want.
I guess I was lah. But the funniest thing, right? No, the funniest thing, right, is that they post something like this on a page titled Thirst.
Yeah, no, the thing is that, did they misspell it? Was it misspelled? Was it
no?
meant
But
to be
it's
Christ?
not the irony, right? It's not the irony. It's context.
I mean, it's just one letter.
Coming from a degenerate like Josie, of course you're going to think about thirst in terms of sexual temptation.
Yeah.
Sexual thirst.
Yeah.
Then from a person from an English point of view, from a grammatically.
Why is everyone? They don't have water there?
I don't know. Thirst.
Crack open the wine and drink the wine.
Hey, Jesus was in the desert. We are not in the desert.
Before you even said that it was a Christian site, right? I was like thinking that would not be a Christian site, lah.
Yeah. Well, they have it's THIR then full stop.
I'm pretty sure the T is
very
long.
I think it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be. That's why they put a dot there. They didn't want to spell thirst. They wanted it to be like Christ. We want to put Christ there, but we don't want to use his name. We can't use his name in vain and for social media things. So you can put Christ. So they put a T for the cross.
The crucifix, yeah.
And Thirst.
Yeah.
Thirst. But wow, that's just wrong. Just don't use that. Just put a cross lah.
Mm.
And why don't you just use his first name? It's like what the heck? Everyone's called Jesus, right? So just put a T and put.
Yeah, there's so many of them walking around in Guadalajara and
So
she
posted it there as a public service. I think she was like saying, "Oh, young people, read my post." And then she was she at first she started off I think pretty alright. She was like saying whenever I hear a pastor committing this kind of things, I always think back. It's like we are all exposed to temptations, and I myself was exposed to temptation when I was a cell leader. I saw and heard stuff that I shouldn't have seen, and then sometimes I did it consciously, and then later when I was my boyfriend, now my husband. No.
If we bring her to this podcast, my first question to her is, how many times have you masturbated in the past week?
She'll say like when I was young, I only did it once, and then
she won't say anything.
She'll be like, I know God created me and God gave me a vagina and a clit, but I cannot touch it until I marry my husband, and then only he can touch my clit.
I think those words would never come out of her mouth.
The word clit and the word touch myself and the word all that. I don't think the moment you ask them is like, how dare you?
Dude,
I shall have a speaking to your parents.
Hey, dude, even growing up in church, I don't know about you, Sean, but we were taught that like masturbation is a sin.
No, I never even heard that word.
Oh, is it? You just saw what the priest did to you, and you go home and try.
No. I don't think I heard that word. I think our era is one where we avoided talking about it and assume it doesn't happen, or let you learn it yourself. Because I don't remember hearing that word from them. I heard that word a long time ago from someone else, from somebody else.
Because in church, we were like growing up, like in our teenage years, Like we were taught that like you can't touch yourself because it's a
I
crime.
think now, I think maybe yours is like more open, but mine no. Mine follows the old way of, or maybe an older way of looking at it. It's you read the Bible and it said that you can ask them and they will elaborate on it. When you're younger, they don't tell you, but I think it's the same process where they avoid the issue completely
Yeah.
until it becomes uh, an open thing. It's the same thing here. She's saying that she had those temptations, she went through all that, and the problem with it is that as it goes down, right, more and more it seems like she's treating all these things that's happening to her as some form of sin. When in
Or like
truth,
a
right,
test. Or like a
when in
test.
truth, right, if you had a healthy conversation with the person you're supposed to, you can overcome it. And the whole point of it, right, was to overcome the temptation, not to get rid of it, which is what everyone seems to be doing. The Karen mothers, they decided to get rid of the kids who are not even, they're not even part of the thing, but in order to get rid of that temptation, they expelled 3 kids who were trying to just get an education. That's what they did. They tried to expel the temptation instead of trying to overcome it, which is to accept that the parents have this kind of thing, but tell all the kids that not to, not to, either not to look at it or seek parental consent before you do. And the fathers do not look at it if they value the marriage. You see, that's the concept that you should be trying to teach to overcome the temptation and not just to avoid it and pretend it's not there and remain pure. What's the
Yeah.
point? Then she broke she broke down her entire thing by listing the next part, which everyone was incensed about, which was, ladies, let's do our part to help the brothers by not wearing revealing clothes. That has always been like a sensitive topic, because a lot of people saying like, I can wear what I want. The other person
Actually,
lasting up to me is that person's
let
problem.
me just jump in here, right? This is not something new, no, that is going on. Like she didn't say something
No,
revolutionary or
stop.
something that
She just
since I was like 15, we've been hearing this constantly in church.
and
Like,
it
oh,
goes
women
for
need
us
to dress
also.
properly, guys.
Yeah.
Usually guys they don't really care lah, but they
No shorts.
no shorts, yeah.
Yeah,
But that one is
that's
like
the limit
you
of
gotta,
limit of guys. Yeah.
yeah, then you gotta respect the house of the Lord and that kind of
So there
bullshit.
was that if you want to talk about the inequality or that imbalance, like the girls just have to be modest and the guys just have to be respectful.
Yeah, I really want to see her define what modest is. Like, is there certain definitions of what modest is? Like, how much cleavage can you show? How short your skirt cannot be, or how long your skirt has to be?
I
Can you wear
think
heels?
that
What?
I
Hey,
think
what
that
if
one also.
what if some guy has a fetish against heels? For heels. So you can dress completely modestly. You can have like a turtleneck sweater, a turtleneck dress, but you have heels, and the guy just has a hard on and comes in while doing worship service. Is that
Yeah, then
so?
then then she no. You see, that's how it progressed. And if you want to see how it's gonna progress, right? Let me just take what you said and bring it further. Where does it end, right? So wear turtleneck, and then yet we still have the certain the last you're talking about.
Yeah.
So then you say like, oh, maybe it's the face. So let's just cover up to the nose. And you're like,
Yes.
oh no, but the eyes, no, some like the length of the hair flowing behind also like turns them off. Also then cover up the hair and then maybe mask it in a thing just like what the nuns wear. Okay, fine. Oh, but then the
Yeah.
hands also, like some guys like slap hands. Oh, then wear gloves. What have I
give
just
women the
described?
hazmat suit so we
What
can't
have I
see them.
just described? What attire is that?
No, but you see, this one is
A mummy.
I
going to
know this.
the like the fucking extreme really lah now.
So
You see, right?
this is where
I can
extremists.
understand. No, I can understand what the pastor was actually talking about because she's talking about her own congregation,
Ah, so
right?
her own
So
congregation.
you see, right? If you compare churches to any other religious religion, like a building, right? Like a temple or a mosque. But a mosque has its dress code. You
Yes.
can't wear a short dress and enter. Even a guy, I
Mm.
can't wear shorts and enter a mosque.
No, it's the same for church, Catholic Church.
Yes, right?
They
Even
say it's a form of
now,
respect.
form of respect. So a Hindu temple also now has the same thing. Last time, they didn't used to have boards saying that please dress in this manner when you come in. But as more tourists came to Singapore and more of them visit temples, so you go to Chinatown, the temple at South Bridge Road, it has a board. saying that if you are not wearing this outfit or
You can't come
something
in.
which covers,
Yes.
you can go and rent a shawl to cover.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah.
like this kind of things, it's really common.
No, yeah,
But
we're not.
but in the Catholic faith and the more of the whole Christian religion, right? They are much more relaxed about dressing. They don't really tell you need to wear this, you need to wear that.
Yeah.
So with that, people usually, I have the freedom to wear anything, and sometimes it might go overboard.
Oh yeah.
Which is good, lah. I like overboard.
Right? No,
It's a test. Like I said, it's
yeah,
temptation.
but this
there.
lady
It's
is
my will
talking
to overcome it.
Yeah, but this lady is talking about something totally different. She's talking about her place. So the people within her congregation need to discuss this. If you are not part of the congregation, what is there to talk about? If you don't like the congregation, you can go to another cell group, you can go to another church, maybe which allows you to wear anything, don't question you, don't do anything.
I think where that happened is because she posted it on Instagram and it got shared.
Yeah,
I think that's where
sure
a lot of people saw it and already got.
People who follow her would most likely be people who actually maybe trying to go to the church or got introduced to the church or something like that. And it just takes one person to disagree and look at what my pastor posted.
Yeah, look at what my pastor posted.
And then
but then again,
but how many of those girls who are posting about this actually attend the church? Or how many of them are Christians?
No, I think they just got incensed by that passage only because of the current climate also lah. But for me, on my part, right, I'm not saying that the dressing how you want or any. I'm just relating it is like the focus has always been to remove. Now the focus has shifted on to removing the temptation completely and not trying to overcome it. Even addressing appropriately that part, right? I'm not like saying this. I'm not like disagreeing and saying like, yeah, we should be able to wear whatever we want, go into church and flaunt. The level of respect thing I understand. So even when it came to me, when I had to attend a church thing unexpectedly, I went to buy jeans so I could attend because there's that one thing. There's that respect. So you have a dress code, we go in. But like when she's speaking from this point where you need to start wearing. See, that one's respect, but this one is where you're saying you have to cover up to prevent us from being lusting after you. That one is it's that idea, that way of thinking, right? It's something that's always been flawed there. Like, I do agree, it doesn't matter what you wear. You can have a. What if it's just your figure? If it's just your figure that turns people on, what do you do then? Be fat, wear fat suits. So it's one thing that you cannot solve.
No, there are people who are attracted to fat women as well.
You see?
Yeah.
So then what do
I'm
they
pretty
do?
sure there's someone in the
What
church.
do they do? Everyone just comes out and transgender.
No, but you see, she's saying something very narrow. But whatever she said, right, has been taken to like the nth degree with loads of different interpretations already. So she is saying that women who are coming to the church or to her particular congregation or whatever should try their best not to. Her exact words are, not to help the brothers.
Help the
who
brothers
are also coming to the church, the congregation. If you don't like it, don't go. Don't go to the church. And then she will reconsider her point of view. Like, then it's about time that she has a dialogue within her own church on what she mentioned and see what her congregation says. Like, do they agree with you? Do they disagree? What other points do they have? Can we find a middle ground or whatever? And it's for them to change their own mind on their faith. Because to begin with, it's faith. It's not something concrete.
She did mention that of course you don't have to control their lustful thoughts lah. But then she goes on to say
she did concede that.
Yeah, and then it may not be a sin to wear that skin tight dress or post that bikini photo, but if we can help our brothers, why not? So she also has a thing about not posting skin tight things and bikini photos on their Instagram.
Actually, if you go down, right, she actually they have a reply, to the backlash of the social media backlash.
She eventually apologized, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah. And there's a official written post from the church.
Oh,
I think from her as well.
Because I haven't read that one. What's
No,
up?
I could see her point. I could see her point, but it just the outlash just outweighed whatever point she made, and within like the original post itself, right?
Yeah.
She already spoke about the holes in her own argument.
Yeah. And I think what especially a lot of people have come out to say that, oh, are you victim blaming for victims of sexual abuse, which is a bit far-fetched lah. That's not what the post was intended to be. And she did clarify it in the, is it apology or written reply or
I think the reply before the apology, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, they did come out to say that, no, that's not what we intended to do, blah blah blah. Okay, so this part is quite interesting. It would be simplistic to say that the issue of lust can be solved by modest dressing. This is not what the article is claiming. And yet it is also true that a revealing outfit worn by a girl makes it harder for a guy not to be sexually tempted. Here's my issue with this statement. What's wrong with being sexually tempted? What's wrong with lust?
No, if you're not part of the congregation, you know this.
I think it's time that the church realized that lust and sexual temptation is what brought humans about. That's evolution.
Yeah, so it's
our sexual
so they should be having a conversation about it. I think people outside of that realm, right?
Yeah.
I think people are already having conversations about sex, and it is not a simple topic, because on one hand you have got people talking about sexual liberation, and on the other hand, people talking about too much sex is not good, or sex itself is not good.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle.
So you got you've got women who are saying sex positive, and then there are women who are saying that, oh, we are being sexualized, we are being objectified. So there has to be there's no middle ground as of yet. Even the people in the middle, right, would disagree with each other on many things.
Yeah.
It's not all personal preference.
When it comes to me, is when I lock the doors, it's yes.
Yeah.
But usually that's where they say. Usually that's where they say it's the most powerful when you're in private.
You know what? Josie has named his lock. The door lock. It's called consent.
No, when the lock is closed, right? Consent is yes.
Yes.
Immediately yes. Yeah.
Is it locked?
When it's open, it's just a question mark.
Yeah. You see this case, right?
When it's not locked, there's no consent.
Yeah. Whatever this pastor has been talking about, right? It really only affects people in her congregation. People who go to a church, a cell group, or whatever. People who are not going, right?
Or non-Christians.
Yeah, lucky I don't follow.
Yeah.
Lucky I actually go to another church where they don't talk like this, or they don't have this kind of thoughts.
I'm pretty sure every church. I wouldn't know lah. I don't go.
Yeah. I think we're also living in a culture, right? Recently, within the past 5 to 10 years, where it becomes very sensitive to tell a woman or someone that this is how you should dress. I think and I think the moment that this post was released on social media, and it said that women should not dress this way, blah blah blah, and then people just went straight into the point. Oh, are you telling me how I should or should not dress in public? And it just goes down the whole rabbit hole.
No,
so I think it's a cultural climate as well in 2020.
Well, it also depends, because over everywhere else we understand this concept of if there's a religious place right now and it's already established that it has this dress code, then we respect that, and when you go inside, you do as you needed lah. But in public, those people are not allowed to tell you, or not really allowed to tell you but when you go out, keep wearing that shawl, something like that. And even when you go to a country, it's the same one.
No, I think one thing that I want to clarify with the topic is that she says that that post, right, was in reply or because of the recent revelations of Ravi Zacharias and his sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
It's quite tricky to say that it's because of sexual temptation that Ravi Zacharias sinned.
No.
That is very tricky. The guy, if you actually read through the article, there was an article on Christian
Which was quite long.
It's fucking long. And it shows you the text messages and the emails that have been gone through from Ravi Zacharias' own computer to various women across the world.
Yeah.
And that guy's a predator, dude. There were emails circulating say, hey, you got to send me nudes. You got to send me this. Then I'll pray for you and make sure that God will bless you.
In that sense, right? In that sense, when she came out this in the defense of it, right? it's once again them falling back into this whole thing like these people, these other pastors committed this because they gave into
They were sexually
some
tempted. No, it's not true.
something. It's not true. They
That's
were
false.
already this way, and you should not
Yeah.
defend them. Being a pastor, being a priest, being a holy man, being everything, those things, right? Being those things are not something they were specially given by deity. It's something we as people gave them as a form of high respect because they experience something that we don't. That they are at somehow a higher plane or a higher understanding of God or that religion, that we give them the respect. In no way does that power allow them to commit the crimes there and absolve them of that crime because they fell into things. No, the moment they fall into this time, they fall from that grace. They don't no longer deserve their respect and their protection.
Yeah,
And
and
if
there was
if your religion, if the religion that they are from, uh, finds it as finds some made up reasons to protect these people as a way to keep the faith strong, then that thing is broken already. I'm
yeah.
speaking. I
It
think
also
your
comes it
no.
also comes down to the institution as well. Like there were many allegations brought against Ravi Zachariah in the many years before his death, but they were all either brushed aside or they just shoved under the carpet until finally after his death, then all this information start surfacing.
So I'm not saying to persecute all holy people the moment they commit something. Yes, of course you have to prove that those allegations are true. But if they are true, then as the institute or as the religious faction or whatever, if they are proven to be true, you no longer have any reason to protect them. The moment you do protect them, right, is you yourself have given into the things you preach again, the
Yeah.
lies and deception and all that. And you can use it all you want. You're going to say like, oh, if we don't do this, you're going to break down society. No one's going to follow the thing. That reasoning, right, is flawed in itself because it's already broken down when you have to do that.
And the backlash against Ravi Zachariah International Ministry is massive, man. They
I
have a
think
UK
that one is most likely because of money. It's always
no. They
because
have a UK chapter as well. The UK chapter is pulling out of the
they
they're
yeah
going to form their own and then
they want to
rebrand it.
they want to mask it as much as one, right? But most likely, right, the sad thing is that most of them do that. They predicate it on like, I want to protect the religion, but most likely, it's probably money, because religion is one of the more it's one of the more, not say lucrative lah, but
No. But the thing about
true
RZIM,
donation.
right? The institution, they have actually stopped their recruitment of apologists. They have done a whole revamp. So I think the daughter is what is on the board of directors. She has stepped down. And then they're doing a whole cleanup, a whole revamp. So like all the senior members are leaving, and then they are shrinking the organization down and then starting up from the ground up.
Okay.
So I mean, they have to do it.
Is that the London faction or what?
No, the US one. The London
US
is
one.
breaking away already.
I
They're
think
going to
I
form their
think
own
in
thing.
this case, right, the backlash from his actions is just too heinous.
Mm.
If they were to do what I'm saying to protect him, right, they would ruin themselves even more.
Yeah.
Going down to it being small again, right, is actually, I think, one of the better steps, because instead of protecting someone who has committed this, you have admitted that flaw, but you also acknowledge that it's not gone. Like your views or your beliefs are still there, and for it to grow again is just proof of that belief being strong, not the other way around. Protecting it and hoping that people don't find out about it in cases, I think you all know what I'm referring to. I mean, that's just bull. That's
Kitty butt sex.
And also I think like when you put a human being on a pedestal and say that this guy is above reproach. This guy is
it's wrong.
this guy
He
this
doesn't
guy
have
is
fully.
clean.
He doesn't have. Yeah.
And then I think that's where the trouble happens lah. And because we're all humans.
You see this happening, right? In cases like what Sean mentioned earlier, he mentioned the word money. When there's an extreme amount of wealth that is
money and
accumulated
power
within an organization, religious organization or whatever organization, and suddenly the person who's leading that organization has immense amounts of power over people who are following.
Yep.
You see this kind of shit happening.
Yeah.
So
eventually lah.
Yeah, you've seen that happening in Singapore. You've seen that happen with City Harvest. You've seen that happening in the States, where don't know how many pastors who were running mega churches were found at a local motel doing meth and banging or getting banged by male hooker.
Yeah, absolute power corrupts absolutely or something like that.
Yeah. So you see that happening, and let's not even forget, right? Like, what's the guy's name? Bikram, the guy with the Bikram yoga. That fellow was doing the same shit as well. What? He became like fucking so big that he was teaching yoga all across the world. He had centers all across the world, and he was literally getting women to jerk
Stretch
him
him
off and
out.
all this, stretch him out, all this kind of bullshit.
To increase his flexibility and attack his chakra points.
No, he was teaching them, and then after that, he was like,
he
yeah,
attacked
apply.
them chakra.
It's a hot yoga shit, lah.
Yeah. Basically, he released. They went there for all sorts of releases.
Yeah, and exactly like how
See,
people
Josiah is already
who
thirsty
become
already.
apologists, people who become apologists. There are people who are still like supporting this man.
Apologizing.
No, apologizing,
No,
like supporting, like trying to what do you call that? Trying to rationalize his actions.
Defend.
Yeah.
And it's a Netflix documentary. There are still people who are signing up for his programs.
I think it's going
in South America.
I think it's
like,
going.
wow.
I think it's infected everyone. There's a fitness thing online. V-Shred.
No,
V-Shred.
not
No.
seen it.
If you've never heard of him, right? There's you know how on YouTube there are like athletes that try to teach you how to do how to exercise properly.
Like Athlete X and all.
Yeah, Athlete X. Athlete X, they're all legit. Like they teach you the proper way to exercise, how to protect your joints and all that. Then there's this one guy called that started up this thing called V-Shred. So at first it started off, he copied everything Athlete X was doing and remade it into his own little video. And then later on, he got called out for that first. But it got worse in the sense that he started introducing, because he didn't know what he was talking about. Like all the dumbbells, and he was like talking about Romanian deadlift, but doing it wrongly. And then later on, it got worse when he started creating his own original exercises, which were horrible for the joints and everything. And all the athletes were calling him out. But weird enough, right? He is getting more views and getting richer. Like they've discovered that his YouTube, right, is consistently growing. His YouTube is growing and his product is selling like mad. He made like $100 million. Then another video came out to say like actually he is just a puppet. The whole V-Shred thing was actually created by 3 other marketing execs.
Right.
Yeah. So but even in fitness,
a fool is born every day.
No, the thing is that the things that they're selling, the things that he's selling to people, right, are harmful. I have been proving going to be proven to be harmful.
You can actually get seriously injured if you do like wrong exercises.
Yeah.
And they figured that these 3 marketing execs just hired him because of his looks. Because they use the fact that a good-looking person can sell more stuff to people, and there are people buying it. And even with all these legit people going up against and saying, "Hey, that's wrong. Stop listening to him. Don't do that." Right? His thing is still going up. So, dude, I think society is the problem.
Yeah. Another one is the documentary called Game Changers on Netflix. Have you seen it?
No.
So it's about vegan athletes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And the guy was actually on Joe Rogan's podcast, on Joe Rogan Experience. He was also on History Highness, where they clipped him out for the first 11 minutes. Kissing on the lips, all this, and then he's just like sitting there like
what is happening?
What did I sign up for? And
I didn't become vegan for this.
Yeah, so people watch his documentary. And loads of people actually are, oh shit, actually we can be vegan and still lead a really healthy, active lifestyle. Like, shit has been paid for by the meat industry, by lobbyists and all, and they have made veganism seem like some really unhealthy shit. So he made the documentary, and he even debated one guy on Joe Rogan's podcast after that, right? And it got like re-uploaded, it got edited and all. Oh, this James something like his name. Oh, he demolishes the guy that in the debate. And then you have got people who are nutritionists, like scientists, who actually watch the entire thing, read through all the studies that this fellow has been talking about. And they're like, yeah, so this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And they give you like counter studies and the actual facts and figures.
And everyone will say that is false. Like,
And then you see in the
that
comments,
mainstream.
right, like, oh, veganism is more than this. Like,
So-
you get people who are like trying to like defend their
Yeah.
position no matter what,
But
in the face of facts.
but without the same approach. You see, one side uses science, research, and explanation. The other side just uses no, but this guy says this one, and my personal
Feelings.
experience is one, and I feel like this is the best way. How can we
Yeah.
hurt animals? And you're like, proof, like somehow or rather we've grown as a society to accept.
We have become more feminine, lah. Let's put it that way.
I mean, we are now like more prone to accept like proof is no longer enough, or we're grown to doubt proof. Like if there's proof, that means it's not proof.
Actually,
That means it's
doubting
all
proof,
made up.
right?
The
Doubting proof is a good thing to check if it's real. That is fine.
No. The thing is that we jump the first thing that we go for if we're given proof, right, and all we do to doubt that proof is just doubt it without anything to back it up. I think you can already hear when I say that, right, the flaw in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but if you check it,
if you doubt something,
that's fine.
right,
But
if you doubt
it,
no, when you check it now, you see,
because
when you check it, right, then your method of checking also. If your method of checking is just go to your other like-minded person and have them
correct. Yeah.
One more, and the
Create
other
an
thing
echo
is that
chamber, lah.
when your own proof comes back, and you phrase it in a way where, okay, let's say
It's
one
like-
way is research,
like the
but the
Texas-
other side is what?
It's like the Texas sharpshooter fallacy, right? Where you fire bullets, fire rounds into empty paper, and then you draw the target.
victim, the target after that. Yeah.
So that's,
So the thing is that now we're very, like, I don't know, are we just paranoid? What's going on? Like, proof is now we doubt everything that's coming out, and to be honest, like there are some things we cannot trust, especially where the proof is coming from. Like something now
Like the
we are making it so hard on ourselves. Now we no longer have a good place to get proof, and we have no longer a good place to like we don't have a good way of denying that proof. We don't have a good place.
Actually, the system of checking for facts and all is still the same. It has not changed
it's
at all.
where
It has
where
not
the
changed.
like how is it reported? Are the reporters to blame? Should we crucify them? Who do we need to crucify? Let's bring
Shouldn't
crucifixion.
crucify, I don't believe in Christianity, so
Hey, what? It's got nothing to do with
no, as a
Christianity.
form of torture, it works.
It's
Yeah.
dude, and we can
Hey,
and
but
we have.
let's do it
and
like
we
the French. Let's just put out a guillotine in Marina Square.
Yeah. Hey, but do you know?
we put us one.
But do you know one thing that we can trust? There's one Indian man that I'll buy my mops from.
Yeah, that
100%.
I would trust him.
Always
Yeah.
trust the man that can speak more languages than you.
Yeah. He's an Indian bloke. Probably he's a Tamil fella. He looks like a Tamil fella.
Yeah.
And he's selling mops speaking fluent Mandarin and Hokkien. And I
And-
believe it's somewhere in China.
Fantastic, yeah.
And he can speak more. Like, I don't think that's the only languages he can speak, right?
Vietnamese, Thai and Vietnamese. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he speaks English, Tamil, maybe a little bit of Malay.
Probably.
Shouldn't be tough for him.
Yeah. And there's a video that actually gone viral of him selling mops to aunties. Aunties
In
and
Woodlands. Yeah.
Oh, it's in Woodlands, right, in Woodlands.
It's in Woodlands, yeah.
I like what he said though. He said like it has been 50 years and still this. 50 years ago, Indian people can't speak Mandarin. Now Indian people can speak Mandarin, so it's time to change your mop too.
Yeah.
That's very clever. Society has changed. It's time to change your mop too. That's
what
a
a solid
salesman.
pitch, What a solid
That guy deserves to be hired.
Very good sales. Very, very good sales. But the
Yeah.
product is definitely shit.
Yeah.
Well, he
Yeah,
can sell
probably
anything. I
And you
would've
saw
bought them
those
up.
dummies. You saw those dummies. Take my
I
money,
would-
please.
I
Yeah,
would have
take
bought
my
that
money.
mop. I would have bought that mop just to support him because you
Yeah.
guys know, right? What use would I have for a mop? You see the state of my room.
For your maid to come in.
Yeah. For
For your maid
the
to use.
for the maid in the French outfit.
Yeah.
One
to come in
outfit,
and
nothing
clean
else.
up.
And nothing else. And
Yeah,
nothing
and
else.
nothing else.
No,
You-
she'll just walk in, she'll undress, and she'll use the mop. Only the
Yeah,
mop.
because hot lah.
And use it on Sean.
No, everyone cannot.
You just lay on the floor. Mop me.
No, that one right. That one is not. That one
You
is
put
not.
powder, like you know how the guy just
Hey.
threw talcum powder on the cardboard
Yeah.
before he one sweep.
how she's there to clean, right?
Yeah.
I can't help it if I'm dirty, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Just happen to be the biggest dirt there. So yeah, you got a little bit, just a little bit more effort. No, lah, but this one gives me hope, lah, that Indian guys can speak such good Mandarin. Maybe there's still hope for me. Maybe I can still learn. Maybe
But you're not Indian.
Yeah.
maybe I can speak my
And
mother
you studied
tongue.
Mandarin in primary school.
Yeah, actually, be more.
And
for-
secondary school.
For
And
me to
secondary
be like him, I would have to be able to speak Tamil.
Oh, good
Yeah.
attempt.
Yeah.
Good attempt at pronouncing the word.
Good, right? Shit. I wanted to get it like on the first try.
Yes.
I still need more practice. I mean, I can't
Yeah.
even speak my mother tongue. That's less. Like, give me that chance, lah. I'm the
Do
other
you-
way.
do you-
Because
do
the
you think
language is
why-
all based on the tongue.
Yeah, that's true. Lah.
Yeah.
Do you think
So
the
you-
reason
not
why
still-
Mandarin is not really doesn't really use the tongue that much.
Oh yeah.
It's more of regulating the airflow.
Ah.
That's why Chinese people actually have trouble pronouncing Tamil words.
Right.
And even like
Oh,
English words.
I thought it was going
Some
in a
people
different
can't
direction.
pronounce L, can't pronounce R.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
because the tongue.
Yeah. R. Hey, you better respect me. Then finish.
Or maybe
Unless
that person has a short tongue, lah.
No, short tongue different. I had a classmate in my primary school with a short tongue,
Yeah.
and his problem was different.
You know
You
you can
could clearly hear the.
cut the underneath of the
Yeah, but I don't
use a
know.
penknife, lah.
But he had like some
lighter.
exemption.
Huh?
The
Oral.
MOE gave him something for the examination, oral examination.
Right.
Yeah.
They got sick of the teachers going,
I think-
pardon?
I think
Pardon?
I got a short tongue as well because I can't reach the female G spot. Too short.
No, that's a short dick.
Ouch. Even ouch. Dude, chill.
Oh
he tried to like hide it in there, the short tongue thing.
Dude,
Chill.
that means
You heard-
micro penis.
You heard two
Okay.
people with that comment.
That's a micro penis because the female G spot is what, like 3 inches into the vagina?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a micro penis.
You see, you didn't have to bring that up.
No, that was-
you're just your
that's his
wound, right?
defense.
You're just throwing.
It's
fucking
okay. I got
shit into-
fingers. I got fingers
You
that
got
are
fingers.
longer than.
You've got
2.5.
digits.
just
Yeah, hey,
so
but-
you know, you heard two people with that comment.
Why?
Not just him.
Why are you accepting it?
Yeah.
I'm
You
a
yourself.
realist. I'm a realist.
It's a fucking machine gun firing, right? Sean was
And
like,
I just
that
jumped.
fella-
No,
that
I
fella kena
jumped.
already. What
No.
happened to him?
Hey.
Hey, but never mind, I so kena lah.
You know who's
I
the
don't wanna
best
be
one
left-
to clarify this? I think we can ask someone
Yes. We have a common
for an
denominator.
opinion.
I think this episode will stay on the Patreon.
Yeah.
It won't be on YouTube, I think.
This will be our longest breaking win. All right. That
Alright.
brings us to the end of this breaking
Yeah.
episode. Thanks for
on
joining us.
a really positive topic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Indian
Mandarin
guys
penis.
speaking Mandarin and Hokkien.
Yeah.
All right. You guys.
Ciao.
Ciao.